practice outside today. Welcome to my dock. Welcome to my practice place. Today, I think we're just going to flow. We're going to see what happens. Lots of twists. So start with me here in easy pose, comfortably cross-legged on the mat. Let your hands rest on your knees. Let your shoulders stack right on top of your hips. Just start to center on your breath. Feel the breath move in through the nose. Feel the breath move out through the nose. Flowing freely into the chest, helping you settle and ground yourself more here in easy pose. Exhale here. On your next breath in, let your right arm reach over to the left. Bring your left hand off your knee and stretch. Exhale. Breathe in, rise up, flip so that your right hand is down and your left hand is reaching. Breathe into the left side body. Exhale. Rise back up one more time. Reach to the left. Stretch your right side body. Exhale. Breathe in. Rise up. Flip. Reach to the right and stretch. Rise back up through center. Bring both hands back to the knees. Start to circle the torso. Out and around, stretching the hips. And rotate opposite direction a few times. And come back through center. Extend your right leg long. Press the left foot to the thigh. Turn to face your long leg and let the arms rise up. Stretch. And exhale as you reach out and over your long leg. Hold your foot, your ankle. Use a strap if you have one handy. Wherever you are, just let yourself settle into this shape. Feel your breath here. Lengthen your spine. Fold a little deeper with each exhale. And then add more of a twist. Take your left hand to the outside of your foot or your ankle, or hold your strap with just your left hand. Reach your right hand behind your right hip, walking your fingers back. Think left cheek toward the right knee. Really twisting and rotating the torso, squeezing navel to spine. Exhale. Rotate back through center and then split the distance between your knees. Fold out and over into a half butterfly here and breathe. Relax the back of your head, your neck. And slowly walk the fingers back up. Switch sides, extending your left leg long. Press the right foot to the thigh. Let the arms rise up, stretch and breathe in. Exhale as you reach out and over your long leg. And melt into your fold. Take several breaths here, lingering in your inhales and your exhales. Stretching the back body, the back of your leg. And slowly bring your right hand to the outside of your left leg. Start to rotate your torso so that your left fingers are reaching behind your left hip. And then think right cheek toward the left knee. Stretching and twisting. Exhale, one more here. And rotate back around through center. Split the distance between your knees and reach your arms out. Let your forehead melt down toward the ground, the mat. Breathe into the back body. One more breath in and out. Slowly walk your fingers back towards your shins. We're going to turn, so you're in a seat. We're going to practice boat pose. So bring your sit bones onto the mat, your feet close to the hips, hold the backs of the legs, and then find balance. Lift the legs, stretch your legs long. When you're ready, let the arms float. Engage through your core, lengthen through your spine. Breathing. Take in this moment. And the option to twist, there's a few things you could do here. You could use your strap, hook it around both feet and hold it with your right hand. Let your left arm stretch behind you. You can also support your twist with your left hand. If you want to, this way I like to practice, I hook both toes to hold the feet together and then stretch up into the twist. Feel the twist coming from the bottom of the rib cage. One more inhale and exhale. Slowly release and take your time, switching sides. I like to gaze onto the water, so I'm going to turn around to do the same gaze this way. We're going to start with boat pose. Settle into your sit bones. Take a few breaths to relax and release from that last one. When you're ready, find your balance. Stretch your legs up. Let your arms float. And then use your strap, hook your toes, wherever you want to be for your twist. And then rotate from the bottom of the rib cage. Reaching up tall through your toes, your fingers, shoulders far from the ears. One more inhale and exhale. Let your knees bend. Bring your feet back to the mat. Let's spinal roll a few times. We're going to roll back onto the shoulders, back to the sit bones. Find balance. Just massage the back body here. Do 3 of those. And on the 4th one, get some more momentum and roll into a standing forward fold. Just for fun. Let your knees be bent if you like. Or lengthen and lift, stretching your sit bones up. Folding body to legs. And then option to hook the big toes. Make sure your feet aren't too far apart, an inch at the most. Lengthen out to your flat back, halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale. Elbows wide, pull. Nose toward the knees. Shoulders far from the ears. Exhale. Breathe in, find that flat back again. Keep your toes hooked, stretch your shoulders. As you lengthen the crown of the head out. And now bring the hands to the mat. And stretch your left foot back, lunge it back. Keep your left hand on the mat, or a little further off the mat if you like, and then sweep your right arm up. Find a big twist here. Breathe in and exhale. Bring both hands back to frame the front foot. Step your right foot back, find plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, lowered plank, chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Let your hips sway. Walk your dog, bending one knee and then the other. Breathe deeply, strongly, firmly grounded into your down dog. Take one more deep inhale. And at the end of the exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, step, walk, or float the feet forward. Breathe into your flat back. And as you breathe out, you're going to step your right foot back into your high lunge. And then bring your right hand off the mat. Sweep your left arm up for your twist. Keep breathing, keep stretching, and bring your left hand back to frame the front foot. Step your left foot back, find your plank, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Elbows close to the sides. Inhale, press to your upward facing dog. And exhale, back through plank and into down dog. Let your hips sway. Stretch. And look between your hands. Bend your knees, step, walk, or float forward. Breathe into your flat back. And breathe out, forward fold. This time breathe in, come into chair pose. Drop your hips, reach your arms up, look down, see your toes, hug your knees together. Breathe in, and as you exhale, bring the hands through heart center. Bring your left elbow to the right leg. Press your left elbow into the right leg. Press your right hand into your left. Rotate for prayer twist. Make sure your knees stay lined up. If the left knee starts to come forward, pull it back. And breathe in through center. And exhale, right elbow to left leg. Rotate, pressing the left hand into the right. Check in with your knees. Keep hugging them together. Press down through your feet. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in through chair. Last breath in here. And exhale, fold. Body to legs. Exhale, one more. And stand up tall, mountain pose. Palms open, shoulders stack on top of hips. On your next breath in, extended mountain pose. Forward fold as you breathe out. Breathe in, flat back. Breathe out, step, walk, or float to plank. And lower as you exhale. Inhale to your up dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. We're going to roll forward and back from down dog to plank a few times. Use core strength. As you breathe in, roll forward, hug navel to spine, bring the shoulders to stack on top of the wrists, lengthen the crown of the head out, and exhale back to down dog. Stretching your sit bones up, breathe in to plank, breathe out down dog. Match your breath to the movement. Exhale back to down dog. This time, shift weight to the left foot. Let your right leg rise up, three-leg dog. Breathe in here. As you exhale, pull knee to chest, come into a cheetah, squeeze navel to spine, stack shoulders on top of wrists, and up to down dog. Exhale, cheetah, squeeze knee to chest. Inhale, three-leg dog. One more time, three-leg dog. Exhale to your cheetah. And now we're going to shift into a side plank variation. So you're going to spin your left heel flat, shoot your right leg out, and lift your left arm up. Breathe. You can look down. That helps your balance. Or you can look up at your left hand. Keep your right side body lifting. One more breath in. And exhale, bring your left hand back down, bring your left knee back to cheetah. Lengthen back up to three-leg dog. Bring both feet back to down dog. Walk your dog a few times. Reset, realign. Exhale. On your next breath in, left leg lifts, stretch, three-leg dog. And then exhale, cheetah, knee to chest. Inhale and lengthen, lift. Exhale, cheetah. Breathe in one more time. Exhale, cheetah. Now we're going to rotate the left foot, shoot it out, rotate your right heel flat. Come into your side plank. Right arm lifts. One more inhale. And exhale, bring that right arm back down, bring the left knee to cheetah. Three-leg dog. And bring both feet back to the mat. Bring both knees to the mat. Send your sit bones back. Find child's pose and release. Forehead to the mat. Roll your wrists. Settle here and take several breaths to rest. You can hold one wrist behind your back and roll it. You can bring both hands, backs of the hands, to press into the mat. And soften into the pose. Exhale one more here. And bring your arms to stretch out in front of you. Roll out in front of you. And bring your upper body down onto the mat. Come into crocodile for a few breaths. Settle here. Hands stacking. Forehead on your hands. And breathe. Let your knees bend, let your feet sway left and right. We're going to practice a few back bends. So we'll release the spine before we start to work it. Now bring your legs hugging in close. Press down through the shins, through the tops of the feet, through the toenails if you can. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Hug elbows in close to the sides and then press up to your cobra. Feel your shoulders squeeze together behind you. Keep lengthening the crown of the head up and keep the shoulders far from the ears. Rise up a little higher if you like. Breathe in and exhale. Release. Bring your left cheek to the mat. Bring the arms by the sides. And then bring your forehead back to the mat. Bring both heels towards your hips. You're going to practice bow pose. If you prefer to practice half bow, go for half bow. You can practice 1 foot at a time. But if it's an option to hold both feet, your knees are slightly wider than your hips. And then you're going to press your feet into your hands, pulling your arms back, open through the chest, the shoulders. Lift up a bit if you can. Come into your bow pose. Breathe. If you're in half bow, switch sides. Keep breathing. Keep your face soft. One more deep inhale. And exhale, slowly release. And bring your right cheek to the mat. Arms by the sides. Back to crocodile. Let your hips sway. One more inhale. And exhale. And bring your hands under your shoulders. We're going to come back into all fours. We're going to practice a few variations of a kneeling lunge lizard. So we'll see what happens. We're going to start by bringing the right foot forward between the hands. Let the hips come forward and down. Stretch here and then rise up to press the front thigh. Breathe deeply. You could always grab a blanket to pad up that back knee. It's always an option. Press firmly through your front foot, your back leg. Let the arms float overhead. Reach. And now bring the hands down through heart center. Bring your left hand off the mat. This time bend your left knee and reach back. See if you can hold your left foot. Come into this twist. Open through the chest, twisting. Really stretching the top of the left quadricep, hip. One more inhale. And as you exhale, slowly release your right hand from your left foot. Bring both hands to the inside of the foot. Walk your right foot over just a little bit. We're going to come down to lizard pose. I don't have my block, but if you want to use a block for this one, you can. Coming to the block instead of the forearms, or the forearms are on a block. Start here. And then let your right knee open, dropping over to the right, coming to the right side of your right foot. Really melting into your lizard pose, stretching through your hips. And bring your right foot back to the mat. Come back up into your hands. I'm going to give you an option. You can bend your knee again. Now, some of you might be able to take your right hand and reach under your right leg and come into the bind here, holding that foot. You might hold your ankle with your left hand, but another fun thing to try here is to hold the foot with both hands. It can be a little tricky. You can try it. Breathe and stretch. And slowly come out of your bound. Slowly bring your hips back. Bring your right leg back and let your hips sway left and right. A few times. Let your hips stretch back and then come back up to all fours. Bring your left foot forward. Starting with our kneeling lunge, let the hips come forward and down. Rise up to press the front thigh. Let the arms float overhead. Soften your face. Feel grounded. Left foot pressing, right leg pressing. Scissoring inner thighs toward each other. And then bring the hands down through heart center. Right hand this time is going to come off the mat. This time look over your left shoulder. Bend your right leg. Reach your left hand to hold the foot. Come into your twist here. Try not to let the shoulders creep up toward the ear, especially that right shoulder. Keep stretching as you twist. Keep breathing. And slowly untwisting, bringing both hands to the inside of the leg this time. Bring your back leg back onto the mat. Let your left foot shift to the left just a little bit. Open up a little bit more space. Come down to your lizard. Both forearms on the mat or grab your block. Stay here to start. And then let the left knee open. Really dropping into that hip. Breathing. Now if you want to try the bound pose, you can stay here if you're more comfortable. Bring that left knee up. I always walk my hands back a little bit. Bend the right knee. Reach your left hand under your left leg and see if you can find your foot. If you've got your foot, then let the hips come forward and down. Right forearm could be on the ground holding your left foot. Really stretching into that right hip. If you want to try the double bind, it's really tricky, but it's kind of fun to just see if you can do it. You're holding the foot with both hands. Oh, I'm a little better on this side, not much. Just exploring, seeing what happens. Don't push for anything, don't force anything. Just stretch. Be where you are on the mat. Honor your body. Slowly release that bind if you're holding it. Slowly, don't let the foot snap. Come back up into the hands. Ease the hips back. Bring your left leg back. Let your hips sway. Let's let that one go with a puppy pose. Puppy pose. Your knees are directly under your hips. And then you're going to walk your hands out toward the front edge of the mat. This is also called heart melting pose. So think about the heart space melting down toward the mat. Sit bones are going to rise up like down dog. Your forehead could come to the mat, but maybe you can arch the back enough to bring the chest down. Gaze out toward the front edge of the mat. Settle into your breath. Let the breath surround the pose. And if you're on your chest, bring the forehead back. We're going to thread the left arm under the right. So thread your left arm under, across the collarbones. Bring the left shoulder and the left side of the face down to the mat. You're gazing into your left hand here. Feel this twist come from the bottom of the rib cage. And I'm going to offer a balance option. If you want to stay here, that's fine. But your right arm could reach up. Maybe right leg reaches up. Maybe you want to try to hold the foot. Make it a little tricky. Slowly release, unwind, come back through center, take a few breaths. When you're practicing that balance, the arm that's thread under, you really want to press down through the back of that hand, that arm. That's the trick. That's going to help keep you grounded. Also, pelvic floor muscles, using lower abdominals. Squeeze them inward and stay balanced there. It will help so much keep control of that pose. And also practice, lots of practice. So we're going to try the other side, see what happens. This time your left arm is going to stretch out. Right arm threads under. Come to the right shoulder, the right side of the face. Start right here. Stay right here if you want to. Looking into your right palm. And if you want to try the balance, left arm lifts, right leg lifts. Wait, left leg, sorry. Left arm and left leg. Right arm presses. Maybe bend the knee. Maybe try to find the foot, just for fun, if you're curious. Keep breathing. Stay grounded through your right arm, your right leg. Lengthen and lift, one more breath. And slowly release right hand, left knee. Unwind. Come back to child's pose. Reset. Come to hero pose for a few breaths. We're going to practice camel pose. I'm going to give you options. Camel pose is a big back bend, so be mindful of your options. If you feel pinchiness in the back, then don't go so deep. You're going to start up in a kneeling position, knees directly under your hips. Bring your hands to your low back. You're going to start there, hugging elbows together. And then slowly arching open. Stay right here if this feels good. Next option, your toes could be on the mat and your heels are a little higher elevated. You could reach your hands for those heels. You could let your head drop back. Your feet could also be grounded, tops of the feet grounded. You could reach for your heels there. Slowly. Pull navel to spine, bring chin to chest. Find a neutral spine. And bring your arms out in front of you. You're going to practice Z pose. Rebalance the core. Hug it in, navel to spine. And slowly lean back. Feel your quads, your core working as you lean back to create this Z pose. One more inhale. Exhale, rise back up. Come back to hero pose. Options in hero pose. Hips on heels. Grab your block and put it between your heels and sit on your block. Or maybe bring your sit bones between your heels and sit all the way down. I'm going to turn around so you can see that. And you might want to grab your strap for this next one. I'm going to practice Gomukhasana arms. So your right hand, if you're going to use a strap, you're going to bring the strap into the right hand, just about halfway. Left thumb faces down. You're going to reach your right hand up and then bend the elbow so you're bringing your hand toward your shoulders, the back of the neck. And then sweep the left elbow in, then bend it. Find that strap. Climbing the strap, or maybe you're finding the bind, hooking fingers, you're just holding fingers, touching fingers, wherever you are. But anchor down through that left shoulder, reach up through the right shoulder. Breathe in, exhale, slowly unwind your arms, and set up for the other side. Left hand will hold the strap if you're going to use it. Right thumb faces down, left thumb faces up. Reach your left arm up, and then bend your elbow, hugging the elbow close, bicep by the ear, fingers to the shoulders. And then sweep your right elbow in, bend it, and maybe find strap. Maybe find your fingers. And settle here and squeeze. Left elbow up and in, right elbow down and in. One more breath. And exhale, slowly release. from your hero pose, we're going to keep your left leg in hero, but rise up to bring your right foot out of hero. Now you could keep that block underneath you, or bring your sit bones right back to the mat. Take your right foot, you have option. You can press the left thigh, or some of you might be able to lift the right foot up and place the right foot on top of the left hip into Ardha Padmasana, or half lotus pose. Make sure that's not creating crankiness in your knee. We're going to twist here. So settle either foot pressing the thigh or half lotus. Bring your left hand, gently press down on your right knee, gently. And start to rotate. Your right hand can come behind the right hip. Your left hand the back of the hand could press the front of the quad, the top of the quad. Some of y'all might be able to bend the right elbow and reach your fingers back for your left hip and find the bind. Look over your right shoulder. Breathe and twist. Inhale and exhale. Slowly come back through center. Unwind your right leg from half lotus. You can hold your foot here or grab your strap again. Bring it around the ball of the foot and extend that leg into the air. Don't round through the low back. Keep lengthening up. Maybe bend the elbows. If you're holding your foot, you're bringing the foot. If you're wherever you're at, strap or holding the foot, you're bringing the leg close, nose to the knee, stretching the toes up. Keep breathing. One more inhale. And exhale, slowly release this side. Coming out of this pose, rise back up. Come to all fours and just let your hips sway a few times. We're going to come into half lotus with the right heel crossed behind the right hip, but bring your left foot in front of you this time. I should have given you this option on the other side. Another option, if it's not accessible to have that right heel folded under, you can also bring that right heel so that it's just in front of your left hip. I should have said that on the other side. Sorry. Starting with our twist, so you're either going to press the left foot to the thigh, option 1. You could lift the foot up and then bring the top of the foot to the right hip, gently pressing the left knee down. Make sure that's accessible. If it's not accessible, then don't do it. Don't force pain or something that feels wrong. Just be curious, see what happens. Right hand to the left knee, and rotate so your left hand comes behind the left hip. Stay right here, maybe. You could press the hand to the top of the quad. You could bring your right fingers, bend your elbow, and see if you can find the bind. Shift your gaze over your left shoulder. Keep breathing. One more inhale and exhale. Slowly rotate back through center. Unwind your left leg. And setting up for heron pose. So once again, your right foot could be in front of the left hip. Now, you could grab your strap, hook it around the ball of the foot, stretch this way. Or you could hold the foot and stretch up. Send the ball of the foot up. Bend the elbows, pull the leg in toward the face, but keep your back nice and long, shoulders far from the ears, core strongly engaged, and keep breathing. One more deep breath in. And slowly exhale, bend your knee. Bring your right leg back out from there. Stretch both legs long. Let your knees bend a few times. Let's practice a table pose just to release that. Just because sounds like it would feel good right now. So you're going to bend your knees, bring your feet a hip width apart, and bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Elbows hugging in toward each other. Press through your feet, rise up to your table, let your head drop back. You can stay here, or some of you might want to practice full reverse plank. Stretch your legs long and rise back up. One more breath in, and exhale. Release back down. Bring your knees back up. Just wrap your arms around your knees. Let your forehead melt down toward your knees. Take a few breaths here. Slowly rise back up. Take a really gentle twist here. Just holding both shins with your left arm and rotate your right arm. Just look over your right shoulder. And switch sides. Right forearm coming around both shins, left hand coming behind you. Shift your gaze over your left shoulder. And slowly come back around. Bring the back body onto the mat now and squeeze the knees to the chest. Make a few small circles here. And the other way. Bring both feet to the mat. Separate your feet. Let the knees rest in on each other. Turn the palms to face up. Take a few breaths. And then exhale, separate the knees. Bring your right leg up and then stack your right ankle on your left leg. Gently take hold of your left leg and pull the leg into the chest. Release this left leg, unstack, stack. Now lift your left and put your left ankle on your right leg. Reach down for your right leg and squeeze. Slowly release your right foot, unstack your left leg. We're going to practice one more big back bend. Now, you have the option to practice bridge pose if you prefer, or you can practice wheel pose. Your shoulders are nice and warm, back body's been doing back bends. You're going to practice bridge pose. Your feet stay where they are, arms by the sides, palms pressed down, and then lift your hips, squeeze your shoulders together, maybe hold your heels, maybe take Venus. Set up for your bridge pose and rise up if you want to practice wheel pose. Your fingers are going to come under the shoulders, elbows hugging in close to the ears. Feet press, palms press, and then turn the body inside out, reaching up through the chest, open. One more inhale. Slowly release, bringing the back of the head down to the mat. Bringing the whole back body onto the mat. That was not. Now bring your sacrum down. Let the feet come together. Let the knees drop apart. Butterfly legs, Baddha Konasana. Let your hands rest on your belly here. Let that one go. Breathe in, bring your knees back up. Practice legs up the wall. Arms by the sides, palms pressed down. Let the legs rise up. Roll your ankles, circle them. Keep your shoulders grounded, the back of the head grounded. Take full, deep breaths. Keep your right leg lifted and exhale, slowly lower your left leg till it hovers the mat. Inhale, lift the left leg back up. Exhale, right leg lowers, hovers the mat. Inhale, lifts back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, switching sides, alternate which leg is lowering as you exhale. Keep the low back grounded. Keep breathing. Stay relaxed through your face. Keep tension from rising into your shoulders. Keep going. Right leg lowers, exhale, inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Left leg, inhale, lift, one last time, right leg lowers, inhale, lift, and stay, and legs up the wall. Slowly bring your knees back to your chest. Let them sway a few times left and right. And bring the feet back to the mat, slightly wider than your hips. And once again, let the knees sway left and right, stretching a bit deeper into the hips. And set up for your final pose, relaxation. Just stretching long on the mat. Make sure you're comfortable. Legs long, arms by the sides. Settle here. Allow yourself to soak up stillness, reset the body, quiet the mind. Slowly bring awareness back to your breath. Take your time, bringing gentle movements to your fingers, to your toes. Let your head nod right and left. And bring one knee into the chest. Slowly, and then the other. Roll to your side and rest on your arm for sideline child's pose. Take a few last moments of this rest right here. Coming back into reality slowly. Noticing how you feel. And then make your way back to a comfortable seat on the mat. Easy pose where we started. Sitting up tall, comfortably cross-legged. Bring the palms to press at heart center. Exhale here. Breathe in as the arms circle overhead. And exhale the hands right back to heart center. Namaste. Thanks for joining my practice.